Okay. Oh, okay. It wants me to go this way. It's like insisting that I go right side up, it looks like. I don't get that. Oh, okay.
Is that better?
I think so, but I think we got to go. Well, we'll see how it works. I don't know. You might be sideways. It's because if I turn my phone, it doesn't like it. It says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Can you see me at all?
Yes, you're just fine.
Okay. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. When I do that, it likes it like that. I don't quite get that. But...
So do you want us like?
Yeah, I think we got to go like that.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're actually live. Okay. Cool. Now you're both sideways. Oh, cool. We got people commenting. That's good. This is a brand new thing for all of us here. Okay, so be patient as we learn. I tried to play around with this a little bit yesterday, but okay, now we're both right. So we have to hold it like this. Okay, Jason, you got it right. I've got it right. Cool. All right. I don't know if we're going to be able to add other people in. We might just be able to work on it. Okay. Oh, cool. We're getting comments from our Galaxy of Toys people here too. All right. Let's see. Can I now? Now I'm trying to work on the whole seeing everything here. I mean, I can see comments here. Please be patient. We're working on technical stuff. There we go. Okay, but I've got to mute this. There. Oh, please be patient. There we go. Okay. All right. So I just want to be able to see comments here in case I'm seeing them on my phone anyway. All right. That's cool. Looks like that's what we've got. All right, so Jason, you're good. We're live already. People are seeing us, so we're out there. So welcome, Galaxy of Toys here live on YouTube through my channel. We have Jason, our host, which is awesome that you started out first. We may switch it out. We'll see how this all works. Matt and Jake and Chris are ready to go, I think, too. Unfortunately,
guest,
what's that?
I'm a guest, not a host.
You're a guest, not a host. Yeah, it's kind of different this time. It's like I said, this is a new thing that we're doing. I've never done a live YouTube video, so it's a brand new thing for me. And if nothing else, we'll just bring in people as we go. We'll be monitoring. I guess the first thing we really need to do is where are we at right now? I'll do an update here. And I show 13,507 backers right now, which means we're less than 500 away from a tier 2. So that's pretty cool that we're getting there. Looks like we're going to hit tier 2. What do you think, Jason? Do you think we can hit tier 3 today?
No.
No. No. We're not going to get 3,000 in the next 3,500 in the next hour.
I don't think so.
It seems not quite attainable, but we'll see. It's jumped quite a bit today, but in the last hour, we'll see.
So some people, my understanding is some people will not back this until it's assured that all tiers are unlocked.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's the only way. I'm not paying that money unless I know I'm getting all 6 figures, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of that kind of locks things up a little.
Yeah, I see. For me, I was like just the initial 3 figures were awesome for me. The Tonica sisters and Werher. I'm like, those are ones I want. I mean, Greedo, I was like, I got tons of Greedos. It wasn't a big deal for me. And was it Leeds, I think is his name. I mean, we've got versions of him that would work. We could totally put those in our cantinas. The Wolfman is kind of the big one. That's a brand new figure that we've never had. And hopefully Hasbro gets him out at some point in some way. That'd be nice. But we'll see how it works. I'm
just glad the Tonica sisters are not.
Oh God! Could you imagine if they did the Tonica sisters as one Tonica sister for one tier, one Tonica for the other tier?
And that would be crazy.
Oh, that would have been horrible. Yeah. So, what are your plans for your cantina? You only backed one, right, Jason?
Yeah, I just backed one, and I am going to open up the figures, the loose, unless Hasbro announces that they're going to sell the figures separately from a multi-pack or some other way, even with different card backs, then I probably won't open these. But if it's true that this is the only way to get Werher and the Tonica sisters, I will open them.
Yeah, I actually backed two for that purpose because I backed a deluxe and a regular just so I'd have a second set of figures to open because I want Tonica sisters and a new Werher in my Cantina, and but I also want the carded figures, so I'm gonna spend way
Yeah,
too much money to do that. But yeah,
it would. I mean, it would be nice to have both. I just, I don't know.
yeah,
It's probably not what I'm gonna do, unless Hasbro does put out something where the figures have different card backs or something. I don't know, and they've done that mostly for the Haslabs
yeah,
with slight differences, but I don't know.
yeah. It would be,
So,
I don't care about the card back for that Wolfman. Like if they get him out in some other way, that'd be great. But
mhm.
have you been buying anything extra to add to your canteen at this point?
I bought I haven't received it yet, but I bought a custom. Was it a Tisvit? That
Oh, the fly guy.
bar guy? Yeah, there's a seller in Singapore who sells custom versions, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
So I bought that. Now, with my luck, next week they'll
it has
announce
real
that he's
one.
coming too. But until then, yeah, that's really
I've been
about it. I have collected multiples almost of every Cantina character since 1978. I
yeah,
have.
yeah.
I know some of them are going. There's some that are going for quite a bit, even loose right now.
I've got a few extras of some of those. I'm like, oh, maybe I
Yeah,
should put some of those up. Yeah,
I was gonna actually do because I have a lot of things in storage still. I was gonna
yeah,
do like a big search and try to just locate all of my Cantina characters, figure out what I have, and I don't know. I don't know if I'd sell any of them, but you never know.
yeah. I know, like that Brainiac guy. I think I got 3 or 4 of him because I think I found him at Fred Meyer for a couple bucks a piece, and he
Mhm.
came with an extra table. So I was like, great, let me get more tables for my old pop-up cardboard diorama.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Um, mm,
I'm actually thinking about. I know there's places like Hole in the Ground Productions and things that do extras. Like there's that little like was it dome shaped speeder or something that's outside the cantina. I'm thinking about
yeah,
some stuff like that to add to
I
it. Just
have
to
one of
add,
those. I have
you
one
have
of
one of those?
the stand solo version.
Oh, okay, okay. I've
Yeah,
seen pictures of that. That looks really
it's
good.
super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that with my vintage display right now, my true vintage display right now, because it was kind of designed for vintage figures, but
Okay.
it looks nice. It would probably look nice next to Cantina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of where you're gonna put it?
Um, I have one area that has a lot of like Star Wars toothbrush displayed and stuff, and I may move some of that stuff to other areas and set that for my Cantina. So yeah.
Well, I want to do an update here. So we've got 50 minutes left. We're at 13,580 backers. So
Hmm.
that's up quite a bit since we started this 10 minutes ago. I think we got a good chance to make that tier 2, but as much of an optimist as I am, I think we're gonna hit tier 3 without a miracle here.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd
Because
be
of where
nice to hit them
I
all.
am, I could actually show off my cantina here. So, oh, as long as I don't kill myself. Okay. My garage is full of stuff, and they're still, since school ended, I have not like redone or worked out. So my barge and everything. But up here is my little cantina. I've got several things mixed in there,
Hmm.
but
Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
I recently took mine down to redo my setup, so I don't have my modern Cantina set up right now.
I even
But
had like I got some stuff outside with like a swoop driver and
oh yeah.
things like that.
Now
But
I know.
I'm
Go ahead.
thinking about taking my barge display here. I've got room and lifting this up, like building a shelf underneath this so that
Mm-hmm.
this moves up and putting the cantina underneath and lighting it
Hmm.
up. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Here's the old vintage Cantina with everything that's not Star Wars, other than a snaggletooth on it. Oh, I guess there's a Greedo and Hammerhead in there.
I absolutely love the vintage Cantina, and I hope I hope that the box for this has the same color scheme with the
that'd be
Creature
cool.
Cantina has like an orange background, and I hope they. I mean, I don't expect them to duplicate it because it's a totally different size and shape, but I hope they keep that same color palette because I have the box for the Creature Cantina as well, and I just love the box. So I hope I hope they kind of use that for reference, but time will tell.
That'd be cool to go back with that. And my other option, if I don't do here, is to go. I have a whole Tatooine shelf down here, and to do something because I've got a New Hope Tatooine section down here, and to add something more to that. But I don't know. I got a whole year to figure it out. Right now, my goal is to clean up Yavin up here to make room for my ghost. I'm going to build a whole new shelf that looks like a kind of like one of the pyramid things. I've got some brick stuff and that to put on it and build that up, and it'll house X-wings and everything like that. But it'll be multiple shelves, so I have more room to get that ghost in there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you mind if we have you go out and we bring in somebody else?
Yeah. Go for it.
All right, cool. Oh, here's an update. We're already over 13,600. We're 13,606 backers now. So,
do I need to voluntarily leave, or can you just kick me off?
That's a good question. I don't want to hit that X. That looks like the X. I think you need to voluntarily leave. I don't know.
All right.
We'll try it, and we'll see who pops in.
Later.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep.
Oh, now it's just me. Hi. So I'm in my collection room while we wait for people to show up. So 13,600. So I think we're definitely going to hit that tier 4 and get the leads guy. But I don't think we're going to hit that Wolfman. So hopefully Hasbro finds a way. It doesn't turn into ketchup and mustard from the Star Striker to where we never see that. But we can get that in. Will Tom show up? I truly doubt Tom's going to show up. I don't think any of us have really talked to Tom in a little while. Sorry. Just saw a message pop up on my computer here from the Galaxy Toys guys, like, who's next? Whoever can pop in. If you can make it first, go for it. I'll bring you in. I've got a kind of series of questions to go through for each person, and we'll do that while we look at updates. Anybody who's watching and wants to comment about things they're excited about for the Cantina, whether it's figures that they're hoping that get made or extra stuff that they'll buy for it. I know Cardboard Galaxy is already talking about doing a flooring for it, which people were saying, well, it needs a floor, and with a modular thing, I can see why Hasbro didn't. It would have been nice to have gotten a floor in there, but it's if you could get in there. Hi, Matt. Was Matt in? Oh, no, Jake. I'm not seeing anybody else in here. Sorry. I'm like monitoring 4 things at once here. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do another update because this is going fast. Oh, wow. 16,000, or sorry, not 16. We're going to add in Matt Fox. Okay. Matt Fox is coming in. Not 16,000. 13,630 backers that we're at. There is Matt. We're joined by Matt, who hates the Rancor. Hi, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, good to have you here.
Am I on? Okay.
What's that?
I just wanted if you could see me, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
I can see you. You're great. Everything looks good. My phone is trying to tell me I should go to sleep now. It's not school time. I can actually stay up a little bit. So I just kind of got a few questions. I'll make sure to ask everybody as we go through here. But number one, how many did you back? Just one Cantina or multiples, or what'd you do?
I backed a lot of Cantinas.
So many you don't want to say. Wow. Okay.
Because I got to keep one of each in the box, and then I want to open one to display, and I want to open the figures.
Yeah.
But then I also need the figures on the cards. So I got 4.
Wow. Okay. 4 is not horrible.
I mean, I know there's some people that probably got more than 4, but
it's interesting. I always thought, when you read that stuff, it says, up to 5, that you can back up the side. It's actually was 5 per order. You can go in and order like 5 multiple times. Like, oh, that's interesting. I've never checked that out. I've only heard that. This is the first time I've backed multiple, but that's just this. I guess I want the garden figures and the list figures too. But with that deluxe and regular option, it gives me the chance to.
Brian, I cannot hear you.
Oh wow!
Are you covering your mic?
I don't think so. Can you
No,
hear
there
me
you
now?
go. Now I can hear you. Okay.
Maybe I was covering my mic. I don't know. Okay, I'm using my phone. It's a little different for me. So, all right. All right. So everybody can hear me now. Okay.
Yeah, I can. That's all that
Okay.
matters.
Well, yeah, I see Jason said they lost my audio, and Joe P said can't hear me. Okay. Hopefully everybody can hear me. My pinky might have gone over the microphone there, so I tend to hold my phone. I have an iPhone. Was it, I don't know, 12 XL or 13 XL? I don't know. It's a big phone, but so I have to hold it up. Okay, better. Okay, good now. Okay, thank you. So anyway, I know I back to but that deluxe and regular version gave me the opportunity to, back the more expensive one, get everything, and then back a second one just to get the um, the extra figures, basically. Have you been buying up anything for your cantina or anything you're planning on getting?
No, I mean I've gotten. I'll walk. I mean you and Jay were showing off your cantinas. I'll go in here and show.
Oh yeah, you
I
bet.
think
Go show it off.
I think I've gotten over the years all the figures there were. So
Yeah.
let's see here. Can I turn my camera around?
I know mine's got a little deal just to flip it around, just like on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's it.
So this is what I've got now. Just with
No pop-up cardboard cantina for Matt, huh?
No, I hate that thing. But so
Oh, I got the
I
vintage ones
incorporated
though.
the
Okay.
2 vintage ones.
Yeah.
And there's a couple figures in there that are not actually. I think there's a not Star Wars figure.
Oh, I've got lots of those
back there.
Yeah.
What is one of those Micronauts? But
I got Indiana Jones in mine, so.
Well, yeah. There's Han Solo. He fell over.
I think there's a Doctor Who in mine somewhere too. I can't remember where I put him, but kind of looking in there.
Oh yeah, I've got Mr. Spock in my cloth diorama.
Mr. Yeah, Mr. Spock's in my Coruscant diorama in the Outlander Club.
So I got a question for you. What do you think the barge, in terms of resale, if we can be gauche and talk resale, because a lot of people are here, I'm going to buy a couple and try to flip them and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Razor Crest never went up in value, really, right?
It went up a little bit. It was because that was what, 250? Was it 250 or 3?
No, it was at least 3 something.
Okay, maybe it was 350. Yeah. But I know they go for more than that. But yeah, the barges definitely had the best. Yeah. But of course, there weren't as many. There weren't even 6,000 done, right? Or no, it was 8,000.
I think it was around 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of that, then people overbought Razor Crests, and we don't know what's going to happen with. How many ghosts did they sell? 20-some thousand?
It was around 20,000, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll be interested to see how this thing does.
Yeah.
But I know I bought a couple extra Razor Crests on the thought that I'd use them to pay for the first Razor Crest, having seen what the barge did. But
yeah.
I'm not going to try that with this. Just get what I need and be done with it. So where are we at number-wise?
Yeah.
I'll update it here. According to mine, it's like 13,686.
I got 13,686. Yeah. There's 40 minutes left. That's a little more than 300 left to go to get that tier. I'm curious to see if it hits that tier. Once it hits the tier 3, if it just kind of dies off, because people are like, it's not going to hit tier 4. Sorry, it hits tier 2.
I don't think we're going to get 3,000 more
in 40 minutes. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I think Jason was right on that.
Yeah, I was a little too optimistic, but I kind of thought once it hit last week, was it Wednesday or Thursday it hit? I thought it would jump quite a bit after that, and it just kind of, I wouldn't say it it fizzled, but it didn't keep going as much as I'd hoped.
I don't, it could have been the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Anything. I don't, the stretch figures. I mean, the Greedo was a stupid. I mean, we talked about that on the show. I think the Greedo was a bad choice.
It was.
This figure number 5 and number 6 are, I think, the ones most people would want.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the Tonica sisters, it would have been funny if they had been the 6th stretch goal,
or if they'd been separate goals for
that
each
would
one.
have.
Yeah.
And then we would have only gotten one.
Yeah.
It would have been like goal number 5 and 6, and we would have only gotten to 5.
Oh, that would piss people off. Well, Matt, do you have an idea of where you're going to put your cantina when you get it?
I've measured it out. I've got get up and move around again. So I've got this Toys R Us.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You probably recognize.
Yeah.
It'll fit on top of that.
Okay.
So right now I've just gotten an assortment of things up there, but it will be, when it's said and done, on top of that. And I'll relocate all the stuff I've got on that shelf into that. So,
by the way, if everybody ever wonders,
for those
of us who get everything, what it can look like, right now this is my stuff to go through. This is all carded stuff for the most part that I'm gonna get. I've been doing like setups of carded stuff here, and I've got to add some more pegs and stuff to do that. But it is such a mess. Although I finally got that Silly Slave 1. Just got that this week. But and then there's like stuff over here that just cave, and 3D printer, all that sort of stuff. But just to give an idea of what it can look like as a collector, it's like some of this can look nice around into the collection room, and then giant mess here. So
looks familiar.
Plus, it's only 2 weeks into the summer. I haven't had time to really get in here and start working. But during the school year, it's just like toss it aside. I'll get to that.
Oh yeah, I've got a desk of things I got to open up and then turn around and put in a bag. So
the one thing I do say is I don't ever want to collect stuff so it just sits in a box, in a shed or in a storage unit and that sort of thing, and I don't see it. To me, I want to be able to see my collection out and mess around with it. So
no, that's totally. Even the stuff that I have in storage is out where I can see it.
Yeah,
it's not the greatest, but it works. And like the Black Series stuff that I just ran out of space having all that up on display.
Yeah.
And
Black Series is easy to begin with. It was just a couple figures you could put here and there, and it's come quite a bit now.
One day it's all I don't want to stop getting it because maybe one day I'll have a place that I can put it up. Because there's been plenty of things where I said I don't have room for it, I'm going to get rid of it, and years later I want it back in. Like we were talking on the show about the 12-inch, the collector series stuff, and I had all of that, and I got rid of it 20 years ago, and
still have that all over there.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm real excited about this cantina. It's the more I look at it, the more I think they did a great job, or it looks like they did a great job. We'll see how it turns out. But
I'm looking at the chat here at a few people. Number one, people like seeing our collections. It's cool. Somebody says the Razor Crest goes for $500 to $600 right now, which that's definitely above what it initially sold for, but I can't imagine shipping on that. Let's see. Chris Moorhead's in the chat. After the Tonicas, Wolfman was my most wanted figure of the bunch. I think we're kind of all that way. It's the other one. It's the only from the stretch goals. It was the only figure we don't have. So
yeah, I mean, and what was the one Lack Serverac we got? What, back in Power of the Force 2, and that was not the same Wolfman, but it's a Wolfman.
It's a crazy looking figure.
So all right.
2,752 backers. So we are
I think you're on your mic again, Ryan.
Sorry. I can put my pinky over the mic. Oh, it's my bad. So we're about 250 left for tier 2. So we're at 13,752. So we're getting there. Matt, do you want to jump off and we'll bring on the next person?
I am sure that Jake is itching to get on here and talk.
What?
So.
No, Jake wants to talk? No, that never happens.
All right, I'll figure I drop out, right?
I think you drop out. We'll see if Chris can beat Jake, though. That'd be good.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Ron.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. All right, back with just me here. Okay. Anybody in the chat have ideas what they want to do with their cantina or cool places that they can get stuff? Like I know like Hole in the Ground Productions does different stuff that you can get for various things. I've used some of their stuff for my Jabba's Palace display and everything. But, if you know stuff, go ahead and post it there. Advertise. It's okay. It's great to get some of that stuff out. And, of course, there's Cardboard Galaxy, which is a lot of cool stuff, which I think my Cardboard Galaxy Toys R Us display is supposed to arrive. I thought it was supposed to get here today, but checked the mailbox and it wasn't there. So let's see. Oh, it's Jake. We're going to have Jake added in here. Let's add him, maybe. All right, see if Jake comes up here. I think I hit add. Oh, there. We got something happening. Great. As it is, this is all new to me. I'm learning here. Oh, we've got Jake. We have a Jake here. Okay. Oh, there we go. You're kind of you're like in and out. Like the video isn't always matching the audio for you there, Jake. Let's see. I was just checking my live feed that I've got going on my laptop to see if it was any different. That's the same. Let's go ahead and do an update here. I can hear you well. You're not moving with it. Yeah, it's better. We are at 13,795 backers, so we are 205 away from tier 2. Do you think there's a miraculous thing coming to get to tier 3, Jake? I wish there was, yeah. Yeah, it's too bad. Hopefully they find a way to get that Wolfman. I don't care about the card back. Honestly, this would probably be sacrilege for some people out there. You could put it in a white mailer box and get it to me. I'd be fine with that. I don't need to have a carded Wolfman figure. It doesn't make that big a deal for me, but yeah. Yep. Jake must be on AOL dial-up again. That's from Jason. Yeah, Jake, you are going in and out. I've got people saying that they can't hear you. I can't quite hear you either. I don't know if you need to restart or something there, but it is kind of weird. And now Jake is frozen. Look at that. We've frozen him in carbonite. All right. Not in and out, totally out. Oh, Chris says totally out. Okay, great. Well, at least I'm still here. Well, we'll go ahead and check. We'll do an update here, see where we're at. Oh, 13,828 backers. Wow. It is definitely moving up. I think we're going to hit that 14,000 for sure tonight, which is pretty cool. I wish we could get the 17,000, but barring a miraculous thing in the next half hour of somebody purchasing 3,000, I don't see it happening. Jake, if you can hear me, you might want to just... Oh, you moved for a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. And you're matching. So, oh, gosh.
Yeah. Great. So, two things. I somehow got kicked off my internet, and I was only doing Wi-Fi or non-Wi-Fi, and my earbuds were not in, but they were still connected. So, hopefully, we're all good.
No, it works now. You've got it. It's all working now. Great.
Yep. I had to cut a bunch of things off. But, no, what I was saying earlier though is that these figures, the extension tiers, I at this point I think that we're going to get them all regardless of whether they fund or not. That is my theory. Steve Evans has seen the passion for Wolfman. He has seen how people, I think the non-Haslab supporter would like a Greedo, since we discussed that it hasn't been around for 2007 or whatever it
15
was.
years, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the fact that they've reissued all the other figures that have come with Haslabs, I think we'll be fine. Eventually.
Yeah, even with the Ghost, we have those figures. They kind of come with different accessories. They're slightly different, but they're basically the same figures.
Right.
So I could see some version of that Wolfman still making it out.
Yep. No, and like you, I don't care how he comes.
Yeah.
I'm not passionate about packaging, so I'm a figure collector, not a package collector. So I don't care if he comes in a baggie.
Yeah. Well, I could say, like, if I go here, like, you can see this is loose. This is all being set up and everything. And I mean, I have up here, you can see all the way back to the OTC stuff. Actually, if we go all the way around the room, we can start with Power of the Force 2 all the way over there on the top. But I do have a carded set going and everything, and exclusives and stuff. But my idea is to do the loose and set it up in this way. So.
Of course.
So Jake, have you purchased anything to go with your Cantina? Have you thought about buying anything?
Oh, I think you've covered your mic again.
Oh, sorry. My pinky keeps getting there.
Yeah. What was the question?
Have you purchased anything to go with your Cantina, or thought about anything that you want to add to this?
I haven't, just because, like you and everyone on this call, I'm complete on figures for the most part, and so I'm not missing any Cantina. I've had every Cantina thing possibly, in duplicate, so I haven't had any holes to fill. As for like the cooler stuff, the 3D printed stuff, I really have only really gone down that route for vintage style. I really only like the customs and the 3D prints when it comes to Kenner styles. And since I don't plan on putting Kenner figures in my Cantina, I haven't really gone after additional characters, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. I mean, I get it. A lot of the stuff that I do, this is just quick, like my 3D printing stuff is very Kenner-esque type stuff there.
Yeah.
But to try and do something that would fit a more realistic looking Cantina, it's a little more difficult with 3D printing, but
it is. And like Jason said, he bought the Stan Solo, the little I think it starts with a U. You
that little speeder. Yeah.
Yeah, that little.
Oh, the fly guy.
Or no, he bought that too. But I'm talking about the little round ball of a speeder. Starts with a U something, UB or something. But anyway, that, while very very cool, is a very very expensive piece. So
yeah,
you have to, with the fact that these things now cost $16 plus tax. For Washington State, we have the highest tax too. So add 10% to everything that we buy. So I think it's $18.64 anytime I buy a vintage figure. So
something like that.
It's not like the olden days where we'd buy a Power of the Force 2 and it cost $5, right? And you would then troop build because it was very easy to troop build. Speaking of, I just found this guy here. This isn't even my original one. I just randomly, I randomly found him in a box.
I got a couple of those.
I think I bought a lot at a lot of figures, and he was tucked in there. So I thought that was kind of a good one right now to be found as a dupe.
See, we got a question on the chat here. If they offered a second set of figures in plastic bags for, say, $100 as an add-on, would that be preferable? Heck yeah, I'd do that.
100. Do you get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures?
Well, 5 or 6, yeah.
All 6 for 100. Oof. What does that
actually
come
a pretty
down
good deal.
to? Right? I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, right? Because we're
Not bad.
normally, like I said, we're almost $20 a figure as
Right.
it is.
Right. I
So
mean, I'd do that if especially on a Haslab type of thing. If they offered it all just as a set, like if they did it like you bought a Haslab, you have the option to buy a second set of figures and baggies for this amount. I think that would be great. But that would only be offered to like people who back the Haslab, not people who didn't do it. I think that'd be kind of cool.
well, that's what Super 7 did with their reaction, the GI Joe, the Cobra mothership
Yeah.
that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you backed the Haslab or the crowdfund,
Yeah.
the Cobra ship, you then had the option to buy sets of troop builders for that figure. And they even went so far as to release not only the reaction style, like the 5 POA, but also O-ring. You
Right.
can buy O-ring sets of figures to go with your Cobra mothership. And obviously that thing did not fund.
No, it didn't. Didn't make it.
But that was the exact same concept you're talking about
Right.
here, is like allowing some perk for those who purchase the Haslab. I guess that is one of my big I don't know, complaints, critiques of Haslab, that it doesn't feel as there's enough perks with really, I mean, essentially what you're doing is pre-buying. You're allowing these companies to make these really, really expensive items, but they do it risk-free, right?
Right.
And there doesn't come a lot of perk with that anymore. Like some of the early Haslabs, like, well, the Cell Barge, we got the making of book that was mailed to us. And some of the other early Haslabs, they had if you backed within the first, 48 hours or whatever, you would get an extra thing or whatnot. And so I felt like there was just more benefits to being a Haslab backer, whereas now it's just a numbers game. It seems like that we have to fight all the way until the end, and there's no real and especially this one's even a little harder because we're fighting missing 2 weeks of a Haslab, right?
Yeah.
This is a 31-day Haslab, and they're normally 45. So I don't have a doubt we would have that third tier if we had those 2 weeks back that we lost from May the 4th to whenever they were, supposed to announce it. So
we should do an update here though. We're at 13,976, so we're getting really close. That is 24 away.
Chris says 24.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So this one is in the bag for sure. This one will be in the bag. I still not optimistic on tier 3 though at all.
They're not going to sell 3,000 more in 20 minutes. I don't see that happening now.
Well, unless Hasbro UK has different numbers like they did this morning or whatever that weirdness was.
That was weird. Where everybody was saying Greedo was secured,
funded.
And we were all checking. I checked my phone and laptop, and it was saying there was still 200 away. So
right, but then other people were showing screen caps of it being like 1,100. And I'm like, well, where? And then it ended up being UK. So I don't know who's jumped on Hasbro Pulse UK yet and seeing if their numbers match our own. But
all right, we're getting down to it. We got 13,989. So we're 11 away here. We're getting really close to that. Awesome. Leads there with what do we got? It tells me, doesn't it? It tells me how much time is left. Oh, I thought it did. It says 20 minutes when I hit the refresh there. So
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, I'm happy that we're getting, leads just because it's, more benefit to the overall program. But it's going to be a bittersweet though in 20 minutes when Wolfman does not come up. I want to be happier than I am, unfortunately.
All right, we're getting Chris was putting it in here. 14,011. We have hit leads. We've hit tier 2. Okay. Okay.
Should we bring Chris on? So
we should bring Chris on. Unless you got anything more to say there. How many Haslabs did you back on this one, Jake? Just one?
Just one.
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
Okay.
I just need one. I'm a one of each thing guy.
I usually am too, but I really wanted both carded and loose on this one. So.
No, I get it.
Wow.
the card backs, they go in a box after I crack the figure, and I may or may not look at them unless I'm doing research for an article or something, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter for me. But
well, it didn't die after 14,000. We're at 14,035, so it's still going up and up. So I don't think we're getting 3,000 more. All right, yeah. If you want to hop off, we'll get Chris in, and we'll see what he's at.
Sounds good, Ryan. Thanks for doing
Thanks
this.
a lot, Jake. It was great to have you here.
All right, man. Bye.
All right, bye. So how about everybody else out there? Like, when you look at these Haslabs, do you think about? I honestly, I'll be honest. For me as a collector, I always look at stuff like, I'm gonna get it. I think about where I'm gonna put it, how I'm gonna get space for that later on. First, just get it, and then I'll figure it out. When I backed the Ghost a year ago, I was like, I don't know where it's gonna go, and now I'm starting to figure out. Okay, I'm gonna build this Yaba Dio and put that up. But how about you? Is there people out there? Do you look at some of these Haslabs and you go, ooh, I don't have space for that, I'm not gonna get it, or you're like me, where you're just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it, and we'll figure that out later. That's a problem for future me, right? All right, we're at 14,057 now, so we're getting there. I don't see, yeah, it's not going to jump up a whole lot there, but we'll keep monitoring. It's great that we hit tier 2. All right, we got Chris coming in here. See if we can add him in and talk with Chris. We got the whole Galaxy Toys. You actually want to go straight up and down? Yeah.
There we go.
There you go, Chris. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good to see you, Chris.
Yeah, nice to see we hit tier 2.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah. Looks like a lot of people who said it would hit about 15,000. Probably going to be about right, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that feels about right. I don't see how 3,000, unless they've got extra orders that they're going to throw into the system. Sometimes the numbers have continued to go up after the sale completes.
What was it? The Rancor. We saw like the numbers kept going up after it finished, and then they just started dropping.
Yeah.
People canceled it for some reason. It's like
they were canceling their orders.
Fun. I didn't understand the cancellation thing, but that was weird. So good to have you, Chris. First of all, how many did you back?
I backed 2.
You just went with 2, okay?
Yeah,
I know you were talking about backing
so I could get loose and carded.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could still make a complete cantina, albeit I won't have like a couple of the minor details, but some of those can be easily 3D printed.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
And then I can always sell off the extra bar section and the extra exterior section, which I'm sure there's going to be folks that are interested in that.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to be able to get 2 sets of the figures that I didn't want to spend an excessive amount for those extra pieces.
Yeah. I kind of looked at that way. I was like, well, if I go ahead and do the whole thing, I get that, and then I order the lesser one to get the extra figures. I thought that would work. So
yeah.
So
you went in for 2.
Yeah, I went in for 2. I have a regular and a deluxe.
Nice.
Yeah. So have you been purchasing extra stuff or looking at extra stuff to buy for your cantina to add to it?
I luckily already have most of the figures that I need for it. I mean, obviously, I've got a couple customs that I did a while back.
Yeah.
I actually upgraded like a Wolfman. I found like a old Qui-Gon Jinn, and then I think I modified the body here. Let's see if I can.
Oh, nice. Well, that looks pretty good. That actually reminds me of they actually did a Jedi figure like that.
That was like from the Clone Wars.
Where is that one? There it is.
Wolfman Jedi.
There he is, right there. That guy right there. Yeah, it's the one.
And then, oh yeah, I think there was a lot of those Qui-Gons that were available. So I also did the modified version of this guy.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. So that's going to be for your second Duros.
Yeah, it's for the second Duros.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think I have any other customs down in there. But yeah, they're all looking forward to a more accurate cantina to be into. The one I built, actually, it has a very vintage feel.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more like a vintage playset than it actually looks like the cantina.
Yeah, I know some people complained that it didn't have kind of a roof or, tops on there. And I went back and looked at my Lego set that's, kind of the same layout as this. And it kind of has a roof, but not really. It just, I think on those alcoves, it kind of has that unfinished look where they could have done something to make that a little bit better. But
yeah, the floor, you can easily do. I mean, that's going to be really easy to add something if you want a floor for yours.
Yeah.
That can be done custom, and then the ceiling. I think some customizers out there will come up with some solutions if it's really that important to someone. I
Yeah.
think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for the 3D printers and just custom makers to do things like that.
And the thing is, with some of those 3D prints on something simple like that, it's pretty easy to do. And anybody with a printer, probably, as long as you supply the stuff, will probably do it pretty cheaply. Because if it's something simple, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. That works really well.
Yeah, there's a large community of people out there now producing, third party accessories. I think they're going
Mhm.
to have a field day with this set,
Oh yeah.
producing specialty items. How are we doing on the number? We jumped
Oh,
up
like
1,200 or?
not 1,200. No, we went up. We went up another 200. We're 14,206.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's
So
still
it's
miles
climbing,
away.
but it's not going to hit that. Somebody is posting. I have it on good authority that similar to Cardboard Galaxy, that Hole in the Ground Productions has heard the griping about no floor and roof of the cantina will be printing. Oh, cool! I love Hole in the Ground stuff. I think you pointed me in their direction a long time ago, Chris, and
Oh
I'd
yeah,
like
I've got
picking up
lots
some of
of
their
his
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got. I don't know if that's lined up nicely or not. No. The Death Star control room.
Yeah.
You see that? And then I've got another piece that I haven't finished painting, but I've.
Oh, nice! I like it.
Yeah. So.
I think I did. I have just a couple small pieces in my Jabba's palace here. I have the full torture rack here.
Oh yeah.
The Gonk droid. I have the other torture rack. I don't have a 21B over there. I have a Dalek next to it. And then I got like some of this gate stuff. The light isn't quite hitting that, but like the doorway to the Rancor pit and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I've actually got a box of his accessories that I haven't had the time to build stuff for yet.
Yeah.
That's
and then
just
I
kind of
have
sitting there waiting for it to be done.
I don't know how well I could do this, but I 3D printed the grate from Jabba's palace floor. I don't know if that's coming out or not there, but to go down to the Rancors. It actually is open, so it goes right to the Rancors down there. But I love getting some of that stuff, and like I look at my cantina, it needs some more stuff in there, so it'd be good to have a little bit extra. And I think Matt
No, I'm
was
looking
saying,
forward to some new releases. I'm really hoping. I think they're going to get some re-releases, but I'm hoping to
yeah,
see at least 2, if not 3 or more new Cantina aliens. Would be really nice if they
yes.
supported the Cantina.
And with past Haslabs, we have gotten those, maybe not right away, but like from the 4-packs, we'll get re-releases of figures that people really wanted and extra stuff. I think of like the Skiff. Now we're finally getting the Blurg for the Razor Crest, and
Yeah.
like some of it didn't come out immediately, but I could see maybe some of that stuff coming later on. It'd be interesting to see like the Lars family speeder, or there's the.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
that'd be
love
cool.
the Lars family speeder. That would
Yeah,
be so awesome.
that'd be cool. But if Hasbro could do some of that to add into that, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Matt just said here all he wanted was something for the over the alcoves. I agree. That would have been nice. It doesn't have to be a dome, just something to make it not look so unfinished.
Oh, okay, something to set over the top, because
Mhm.
the alcoves do have the dome piece that's removable,
Yes.
but not something to cover the look of that.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, they're trying to recreate a movie set
Right. That's
in
kind of what it
toy
looks like.
form.
It's like a movie set. Yeah.
And I think the amount of cost, if they had done the back sides, if they had done the tops, it would have really ballooned the price up several hundred more.
Right.
So
I know people complain about the price, and it is expensive, but it's like it's also part of what we live in. I mean, we have $17 TVC figures now and $25 Black Series figures.
yeah, that's it's painful. It's really cut into how many I'll buy. I mean, I've been going into Ross and finding $4 figures, and man, my standards go way down when they're $4.
Yeah. Oh, me too. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll buy a ton of cheap figures. You bet. I have stacks and stacks of just figures I bought extra for cheap. Just like, one day I might need this. It's just extra, but yeah. But I'm hoping, yeah, Hasbro could put out like a 4-pack of new figures, new aliens. They could do some special stuff. The Lars family speeder is about the only vehicle I could think of going with this. I guess you could do an extra play set to go alongside it with, like, I think you mentioned like the doorway that 3PO and R2 hide in and stuff like that.
Oh
So you
yeah,
could put that outside.
yeah,
That'd be really cool.
that'd be wonderful. I foresee like a Ponda Baba and Dr. Evison 2-pack, like they did with the
I can see that.
Revan Jedi and the HK-47, and
Sure. Get those
that
back
seems
out there. Those
that
were
seems
not
like a
easy
natural.
figures to get to begin with.
What's that?
Those were not easy figures to get to begin with.
Not the first Walrus Man release. He
No.
was a nightmare. I found 2, and that was it.
I got lucky and found them in a Target in Anaheim while I was down at Disneyland at that time.
Wow.
It was crazy. I just happened to drop in there, and then they were. All right, we got 8 minutes left. We're at 14,358. So we're not hitting 17, but it's still going there. It does seem to have slowed maybe a little bit. It was jumping by hundreds and
yeah,
going up a little
it's
bit.
really far from the next goal. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
they capped me at being able to order no more than 5, and an additional 3 isn't going to get us there. So,
well, you can order 5, and then you do another order of 5, and then you can do another order of 5. It doesn't have to be just 5 per person.
Per order.
Per order, yeah. That's what I've heard anyway. So I've never tried.
I don't know if I'm that fast with the keyboard to get in 2,700.
Yeah. So if all you rich people out there can start packing a ton, but that's not gonna happen. We got 7 minutes, 14,387. So you have an idea of where you're gonna put it yet, Chris?
Probably in one of my slots in this large calyx. So I've basically modified 2 calyx cabinets.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
And over here was my Razor Crest, which I'm boxing up and trying to find someone that's interested in buying it.
Yeah.
But this entire space in here is empty now, so I can probably get a large chunk of the cantina in there, or I might rearrange things a little bit. Not entirely sure yet, but it's definitely probably going to go in this cabinet. So
nice. Yeah, I'm thinking on mine. I might do I'll do the full cantina, and since I have a second one, I might do something like a small setup with maybe Mandalorian figures, or use a couple alcoves for just Mandalorian stuff, or do something to use some of those extra pieces in different places. But we'll see.
Yeah, the outside alcove is probably going to get separated from the set. I don't know if I'll be able to use the entryway, but we'll see how much I can get into one spot.
Yeah.
So, but I might actually have to build like a little floor that will extend out from the cabinet.
Oh,
okay. I had to do that with so you can see like the Bespin freezing chamber. It comes out from the actual cabinet, as does my Bespin landing platform.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's cool.
So yeah, I make it work.
I know the feeling. I sit there and just do some woodworking and build new shelves. And I said earlier, I'm building basically a Yavin temple, but it's going to have shelves within it for X-Wings and stuff. Mostly just to make room for my ghost when it shows up, so I can fit on the shelf.
You've got 2 very large items coming to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I can figure it out. It's like, we'll cram more in here. My goal is to hopefully one day I actually want to put an addition onto my house over this whole side of the house, basically put a second floor and make that an entire collection room. So yeah, we'll see if that ever happens. The wife said it's okay as long as we upgrade the kitchen and our bathroom. So
well, there you go.
Okay. Well, I'm okay with that, but
but yeah, this entire cabinet was designed for A, holding the barge, and then B, the large Millennium Falcon hangar.
Yeah, that looks good. I have my Falcon and my Hoth diorama, but I like that. That looks really nice.
Other than I'm running into the same problem they ran on the set of Star Wars, was that keeping that floor, that shiny black floor, dust-free and clean is exceedingly hard.
Yeah, my Death Star, I bought black, stretchy, like fish aquarium background stuff. I put that for my floor for my Death Star area. And yeah, it gets dusty so easily. It's the most common question is like, you have all this stuff. How do you dust it? It's like, I don't.
Carefully.
I'll be honest. For years, it seemed about every 5, 6, 7 years I moved, and so things would get dusted that way. But I've lived here for 7 years, and I'm not moving anymore.
Yeah, I really appreciate the glass cabinets that I have, because that really slows down the dust rate.
Yes.
But the stuff that's open is it piles up pretty quickly, especially if it's black and shiny.
Yeah. All right, let's do an update here. I got 4 minutes left. We're over 14,505. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's still going, but yeah, we're not gonna get close to that 17, unfortunately.
Unless there's a lot of people that just are holding off for the last 1 minute to like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna like push it over the end, but
swoop in and do it. Yeah.
that's got to be a lot of folks doing that.
Yeah, with a lot of money. Yeah, still moving. 3 minutes left. 14,528. So
Yeah, I had actually gotten clearance to get a fourth, a third, and a fourth, but I was only planning on doing that if the numbers had stayed under 10,000.
Oh, okay. Because they would
So
sell. Yeah, that would sell better for sure. But
yeah,
this is still, as far as Haslabs go, this is, I don't want to say small, but it's the barge is still much smaller. But
yeah,
it's lesser than what we've had. Like the Razor Crest was what, 28,000, and I think the Ghost was what, 21,000.
yeah. It was
So
low 20s. Yeah.
so this is definitely going to be less than that. But yeah. All right, 3 minutes, 14,545 now. So thank you so much, Chris, for joining us. We got the entire Galaxy of Toys crew in here, which was pretty awesome. And we couldn't do it all at once, unfortunately. Hopefully in the future, if we try to do this, I'm going to look into some software things that we can do, and we can get us all on live. But this was a new idea for us, and for anybody watching this future, I hope you enjoyed this. Got to look at our different collections. I'm going to stay on here until the end and see how we go. But you have anything more you want to add in there, Chris?
No, not that I can think of. Thanks for having me. I
No,
always
no problem.
enjoy chatting. So
Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, Chris.
hey, good seeing you.
Yeah.
And how do
That's the hard part, right? All right. So now we're down to just me. So I'm going to just kind of start calling this out as we go. If there's anything that you would like those people in the chat would like to see or would like to hear about, go ahead and punch it into the chat and we can put that up there. So let's do an update right now. We're at 14,577 with 2 minutes left. We'll see if we hit that 15,000. That's going to be a lot in those last 2 minutes. It's also going to be interesting to see if it keeps going up after the time, because we have seen that before where they're, and that could just be from people who are in the process of purchasing at the last minute. And, you know, as long as you were already in, you can continue to do that. And it doesn't count it until that goes. And then, you know, in the following hour, we'll all be hit up for a large amount on our bank statement, right? All right, 14,604 with 1 minute remaining. So now we're counting down under a minute here, and 14,604. Let's see if it's upping. No, do refresh, stayed the same. So we're getting there, but yeah, we're not going to get to 17, unfortunately. I know, but it's really cool to get that Wolfman. Hopefully, Hasbro. Be nice. You know, I don't expect Hasbro to come out right away and say, "Hey, you know that Wolfman figure? We're going to find another way to get it out," or something like that. Even if they did something special like they did for, was it Sabine and Chopper, where we got the special cards on those after the Ghost. If they did a limited time order or something on that, that'd be kind of cool. Update under a minute. We got 14,613. So it didn't go up a whole lot in that update, but I'm also updating a lot quicker now. So, you know, the other last thing is a lot of us got to look at what could be a cool future Haslab. Obviously, a lot of us are looking at Death Stars. Honestly, I'd like to see a Death Star. It could be like a Haslab with the Emperor's Throne Room, and then they do other modular pieces to add on to it, and you could build it as big or as small as you wanted. Oh, it is complete. Let's see. It no longer showing on my active page, so now I've got to go to the deal here. Let's see. It shows 14,652. We did not make 15,000, although it says funded, and yet it still gives me an opportunity to purchase it here. So, looking at that, I don't know if everybody else is seeing that, but I could still select one and agree in looking at this. So I'm gonna update that and see what it says here. Yeah, it still will allow me 14,652. Did I just go down one? Was that 653? Well, anyway, it's funded. We got 2 tiers. We didn't get up to Wolfman. Didn't quite get to 15,000, it looks like. But thank you guys all for joining us. It doesn't look like we had a whole lot of people, but thanks a lot for coming in. And thanks to my Galaxy Toys co-hosts for joining me for doing this. It was a fun experiment. Hopefully in the future we can make it a little bit better. Oh, it went up again. Okay, I refreshed. We're at 14,680. So no, it's funded and done, and yet it's still going. So it'd be interesting to see if those are people just 14,687. it will not allow me to purchase anymore. It will not. It doesn't show the ability to purchase like it did before, but it's still going up. That's pretty crazy. So I guess if people want to watch it, they can. Looks like 14,687 stayed the same. I'll refresh it a couple of times here and see if it stays there. Still 14,687 is what I got. And I'll try refreshing one more time, but that looks like that's going to be our final amount. So 14,687 have backed this to make it a possibility. And now we get to wait. Well, we get our ghosts later this year, and then we wait for our cantinas late next year, or late next year. So thanks a lot for everybody for joining me. Thanks to the Galaxy Toys guys. Thanks for everybody who watched this. And this was enjoyable. We'll have to do this again. From Galaxy Toys, good night, but not goodbye.